Hi, so I'm just doing this video to help out a couple of fellow printers who were inquiring as to how I went about my latest Black Panther mask print, and mainly to do with the support system that I used. For the back part of the mask I used Cura, and I used the automatic support structure. I just angled it so it wouldn't argue using any supports at all. And then for the main mask itself I used Simplify 3D, and I used the custom setting for the support structure, and I just did a bit of guesswork. This is the main bottom that's left from the bottom of the Black Panther mask. So I had a couple on the front of the mask, a couple underneath the back of the chin, two more supporting the side of the face about halfway up. There were a couple under the eyes, although there wasn't needed, so you can do away with them ones. There were another couple of main ones holding up the bottom of the back part of the mask, and then the majority of them, which is this cluster here, in Simplify 3D it were wanting me to basically fill the whole of the helmet all the way to the top with just solid blocks, and the print time on that were just ridiculous. It was something like 60 hours. So I decided to cut it down to a minimum amount and just sort of guess approximately where these were going to line up with the centre of the top of the helmet, which looked like the part where it might possibly fall through. Now when I did finish this, there were a couple of bits that had fallen through a little bit, but the very minor, doesn't really matter. But the main thing, and the reason why I've got to do the video to show you it before I just give you settings and then let you carry on with that, I need to explain how the supports worked as it got further up, because obviously these are not joined together. They are quite solid, but obviously when the helmet's getting up high, these become very flimsy. They start moving about. There's more chance they're going to break or just move out of place and affect the rest of the print. So in 3 stages as it were going up, so it took about 36 hours. So after about 10 hours I got my 3D pen, slowed down the print speed to the lowest setting, which were 10 for me, 10% on the CR10, slowed it down to the minimum speed. I didn't risk pausing it or stopping it because I didn't want to take the risk of it just not starting again. So I just slowed it down, carefully go around and join all these structures together, and every time you do that as well, just double check the other ones haven't come away from the helmet, because the two on the sides had pulled away from the side of the helmet, so I put a little dab of filament on them to hold them on stronger. So that were after 10 hours. I did keep monitoring it, but it worked out that, as you can see by the distance between them, I did it 3 times, approximately 10 hours between each one. So I did the first one, 10 hours, joined it again after another 10 hours. That might not have been necessary, but I just wanted to play it safe, and it only takes 2 minutes. And then the final one were close to the top where it was starting to wobble, and I started joining this whole main column to the side supports, which were quite strong. So joining all these main back supports together with a 3D pen really strengthened it up. It were pretty solid. I should be editing into this video, or I should have already edited it in, hopefully, footage of me breaking away the supports, and you can see that it is quite strong. However, when it got to about I'd say about 6 hours away from completion, there was quite a lot of wobble because of the speed that I had it running at. I think it were set at speed of 55. So I had to drop the speed down on the printer manually as it were printing, and I dropped it down to 75% just for the last 6 hours or so. It reduced the amount of wobble that were going on, and it remained solid all the way till the end of the print then. So yeah, what I'll do is I'll put a link for the settings that I used for Simplify 3D. I'll also put the settings for Cura But if you're using Cura, other than using the blocker system which blocks out the supports, I've never actually done it myself, but other than doing that, I don't know how else you'd be able to manually set up your structures similar to what I've done here. Like I say, hopefully off the rest of the footage that I'm going to put into the video, you'll be able to see what I've done. I've also done this as well with a couple of other prints which I haven't filmed or taken photos of, so you can use this same system with a 3D pen of joining weaker supports for plenty of other models as well, which will really cut down on your print time, because the supports in most of these prints, especially the helmets, you know, the high up things, you know, they use a hell of a lot of supports, which in the majority of the times they take up the majority of the actual printing time itself. So hopefully the video has been helpful. If I didn't cover anything in this, please just let me know in the comments and I'll try get back to you as soon as I can. Okay, thanks for watching.